Good morning, it's Angela here, and we're back to continue working on our page 6 of our Stamperia Roses and Lace. And so let's get right to work. I indicated last night that I wanted to use this embossed paper. Can you see that? That's embossed. And it's embossed. It's a wedding paper. It's from K & Company. Bordeaux Wedding Words Embossed Vellum. I know it's not all part of the kit, but one thing about me is that and you'll learn that if you watch my videos, is that I don't always stick right in the theme of the paper. I just kind of start going with the flow, and sometimes I mix other papers in with my my designs, because I just, you know, I don't know, it's really hard for me just to stick in one paper theme. I get bored after a little bit with it, because there's just not enough. Any pack you buy, there is just not enough papers that, I don't know, speak to me, I guess. So I think that's probably why I would love junk journaling, and because you can mix it up. So I have my coffee with my milk in it. I'm gonna have a sip, thank you. Oh boy, good coffee. Yum. So anyway, we are going to start with these 2 pages, and these are going in our journal, or sorry, these are going in as the journal page right here. So it's not a very large page, you can see. Now I do see that this metal has made a mark on the paper here. So before I end up closing up this journal, or this scrapbook, before it's finished, we'll probably go over these with a, let me look here. Oh, something like glossy accents, or I really like, well, I gotta stand up, hang on. Oh, it's because I shoved them clear to the back. I really like these Nouveau Crystal Glaze and Crystal Drops. I learned in my last journal, my brain is on journal. I have this mini journal on my brain that I want to make. Last albums, the little wooden beads kept scratching the pages. And so I put the Nouveau Crystal Glaze and Crystal Drops on them just to try them out. And they worked beautifully. They put a nice coat over the items. I don't know how they'll work on these. I think I'll probably have to maybe tuck some wax paper in underneath the metal so that this does. But I think it will add a little dimension to it, but what it will mostly do is cover those pieces of metal and make it so they're not scratching the pages. Like that one there. So anyway, just a little tip. Now, one of these worked yesterday and one of them did not. So we'll shake them both up. Shake, 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 shake. I think this is the one that didn't work, so I'm going to start with it because I want it to work. Please work, glue. Okay, so we have that part. Let's move the vellum away for a moment. And let's cut this little strip off the top. Got to get caught up with those just sick days I had. I'm going to measure from the bottom down here because I can see that better. Now remember, you don't want to go over your little lump there. You want to leave that space. Leave some clearance. And I will not distress this pink. Although, you know, it has a white core, so I may have to distress it with a little bit of brown. Otherwise, that white core is really going to show and take away from the little white edging we have around this. So let me cut this first, and then we'll measure it up and give it a clip here. Let's see if it's going to fit before we go to the work of cutting out that little hole. It's going to fit perfect. Okay, so we want to line this up. I'm going to cut it on this back side. I'm going to draw the lines. I'm lining it up with the top here, the top edge. But I'm also looking to see what my spacing is going to be around here, because we want this to line up perfectly. So that we get our cut in the right place. So there we go. I hope. Okay, so now just like before, I want you to cut just to the outside of the line going down the side. Then cut just on the other side of the line, or just on the line here. And then just to the right of the line on this side, you're leaving that space that you need around the white. Is what we're trying to do. So I'm going to clip to this side of it. I've left a little cutting room there for my scissor. And then just to this side of it. Whoops, and I cut it crooked. Look at that. Oh, Angela. I should have cut from the bottom to the top. I hope I didn't overdo it. I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to fit fine. I think I will cut this line just slightly. I can't do that because of the other side. I've already put the paper there. So I think what I'll have to do is clip this a little bit. That way. Yeah, that was part of the problem, as my cut was still crooked at the top. Okay, so I have decided that I'm going to distress this because there's such a white core on this that any little fragments or anything are going to show, or any wear and tear, it will start showing up on it. So I am going to distress it just lightly, I hope. Okay, so we are going to put this on here. However, we want to put this as an overlay on it to cover up the writing so that it still stays personal if somebody else is looking at your journal. So we know we want this to be the exact same size as this one. but we're going to add a 1/2 inch hinge to it. I'm going to make it just like a 1/16 larger. And I'm going to cut that all the way down in the machine there. So I wasn't really considering that I might lose part of that word with a 1/2 inch hinge there. But it is what it is. I'm not going to fussy cut it any more than that. The other word, the love down, is down below too. So I'm going to put in a 1/2 inch hinge area. And we're going to fold that over carefully because it's vellum. It'll be kind of tight. This is a really thick vellum. Fold it over and give it a nice crease. Take off your pencil lines. Now, do we distress that or not? It's going to go down like that. And I think I would like to put, maybe I'll just add some lace down there, or what should I do? So what I want to do here is figure out where my page is going to go. I'm going to mark the base of my page, which is right here. And I'm going to measure down 1/4 inch. And that's where I'm going to make my cut. Is right there. Let me erase the line above it. Hey, no plastic. Does your cats chew on plasticky things? Boy, my cat is just forever being naughty about that stuff. That's a ribbon box, Luigi. Doesn't that look like fun? Oh, I must need to sharpen my blade. Okay, let's give that some TLC with the eyelet punch. I think I'm going to have to oust my cat today. It doesn't like to cut vellum too well. So if you've never used one of these, what you do is you line up. If your holes won't line up over there, you've got it on the wrong one. But then you make sure this edge on the other side is up against the plate here. It's having a difficulty with the vellum. There we go. Pretty. Ooh, so pretty. Okay. Now, to cut out that hole. So this time you line it up completely. Draw your line around it. It's going to be a little different this time because this lines up nicely, but we still need to cut that so it doesn't interfere with this. So flip it over to the back. And this time you are going to cut just enough to the other side that it's about 1/16 of an inch maybe. Cut carefully along the bottom because it's vellum and it will kind of tear a little bit maybe. If the paper isn't happy, you won't be happy. Okay, I did this before, but it's so hard to get in on that line. Cross your fingers. There we go. Oh, that's going to be so pretty. Even if it hangs down a little bit here, it's fine. I like it. That's going to go clear up. Looks to me like maybe I could take out just a little more here. We just want to be sure that it clears the notch so that we can glue it down. And of course, I have this one crooked again. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh. Okay, we're good. We want it to clear this area. We're not going to glue that down, but we want it to stay clear. Now we may have to, will we have to consider a magnet here to hold that down? Let's think on that a second. We might. I'm going to attach this to this piece of paper. Oh, look at there. I could have cut it out to match that one. That would have been better, huh? Yes, yes, yes. That would look better. There we go. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to quit fussing with it. Otherwise I'm going to ruin it and we're going to start all over again. Okay. I'm going to attach this to the pink paper by putting that hinge over to the back. I'm going to make sure that it is lined up on this side that comes in contact with the hinge on the other page, the adjoining page. So like this, but we want this to all be lined up. My hinge may be a little bit crooked. Fold this down. And am I in view? Press that lightly. Make sure it's lined up. Okay, now before we glue this down, let's think about this. Is that going to need a... I don't think it is. I don't think it's going to need a magnet because it's hooked up there. So I think we're good on that. It's kind of cute the way it hangs over the edge there. Okay. Luigi, what are you doing? Are you being a naughty boy today? Oh, you're gonna come love me up because you've been so naughty? He's not really been naughty. Well, kind of naughty. He's been kind of naughty. Haven't you, Luigi? He's just been a rascal this morning. That's what it is. He'll run and claw the furniture and then tear off down the hall and around the corner, and then he'll come back and peek around the corner at me. He's just been kind of funny this morning. A funny boy. Just been a funny boy. Whoops. Get it on there right, Angela. Not gonna do you any good to put it on there wrong. Oh, I hope I didn't. I think it's all right. I think it's okay. Shh. Don't tell it that I might have put it on too far. Better not do that side. Better do the underside. Hi, Weege. What you doing? You being nice? Oh, you are a good boy. I knew you were. I knew you were a good boy. Well, I could have come up a little bit right there. Still had a little bit of wiggle room there. Need my towel. Open that up and get the glue off the inside of the vellum if you got some in there like I did. One thing I can see that I should have done was clip this vellum at an angle in here, underneath here, so that it wouldn't show on the outside here. Oh, I like this. I think this is very romantic. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Let's see if it closes. There it is. Our beautiful little page. Isn't that sweet? So it gives you a nice little journaling spot. I feel like I got that on a little bit crooked. Or probably when I started to go over the top of that, I probably pulled it a little bit. But that'll be nice. That'll be a very nice journaling page, won't it? Yeah. Very, very pretty. I do wish that lined up better, but that's the way it is. I guess that's the way it is all the way down. Oh. Let me put that in there. Okay, I will be right back. Hang on. Hi, we're back. Luigi is all settled down and taking a nap now. So he's out of trouble. So I gave this page a little thought before I came back to you, so I wouldn't be running all over the room and trying to figure things out. We are going to start making the switch over to more of the wood, the white woodish paper. And we'll probably use a few more of the wood theme from the other paper pack. The country road, this one. So, anyway, here's what I've come up with. We're going to start on the back of this page here. So remove your key so it's out of your way. And then I grabbed these two envelopes. And these are a Staples envelope, 5 3/4 by 8 3/4. They're a quick strip closure, that matters. But what we're going to do is cut them off so that we'll keep the width. They're going to become pockets. And I cut it down to 7 1/8. Oh, let me put my ruler back up there. I cut them both down to 7 1/8. When I cut them, I made sure I put the closures on opposite sides, and I cut them down to 7 1/8. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is close the side up on these. So they are a peel and stick, but we also want to be sure that it closes right here and along this edge, but not here. So we're going to apply a little bit of glue here, a little bit down that way, and a little bit over this way on the edge, but we don't want to close our pocket either. Then peel that off and seal it right along this edge. And I would go ahead and put some right there. Fold it over, push it down, and be sure you didn't close your pocket. Okay, there's one, all sealed and ready. We'll make a cutout in this in just a minute. Okay, let's do the other one. Okay, so the next thing we need to do for these is to make hinges on them. So let's get a piece of extra white paper, not extra white, but a piece of white paper that we have that is free for use. I know I have some here. I have a whole stack because I save them from album to album. And let's see. You can get 2 out of that one. That one's a little bit shorter, but it's a little bit wider, so that makes a good hinging one. Or a good, I don't know what. A good photo mat. I do know what. I do. Okay. So this stack goes from album to album. so that I'm not wasting it, and I'm trying to use it up that way. Okay, so we need to make 2 1/2-inch hinges on this. Let's cut it to length first. Let's see, there to there. Okay, I'm going to cut that off and then we'll score it. Double check, be sure it's not too big. Let's see, I have my little scoring board here. Let's use that. I prefer this one, it's wearing out though. So make one at 1/2 inch. And then we're going to cut it on this line, and then make one at another 1/2 inch, and then lightly score at 2 so that you have a nice cutting line. The Angela method of saving rolling time across to the rotary cutter. So I'm just cutting along that. I made a real light score line and I can see that here. And it just saves me a little bit of time going back and forth to the cutting area. I'm going to flip this over and gently fold it over. And then I'm going to burnish it down. So we have a nice hinge. There's the first one. So let's apply it to the side that the opening was originally on. So this one will go this way. So let's apply that one to there. Oh, let's clean out our glue bottle first. What did I do with the needle? Oh, I better put my needle up right there. Take it off of I'm going to turn this towards me so I can see a little better, then I don't have to lean over into the camera so much. You don't have to look at my hair that's turning gray. I earned those gray hairs when all our boys were in Iraq and our daughter was in Africa and Ethiopia. So I earned them all. Okay, make sure your opening is towards the top. You'll have to peel off this paper if it's in your way. Save it. We're going to cover that back up or use this. Either one will work just fine. And let's go ahead and apply the glue here. I forgot to clip my corners. I always do this. I just don't know why. Maybe I like getting glue on my scissors. I don't know. Trim that off just a little bit on both sides so that when you're Okay, now remember we have that 1/8 of an inch there, so we want to stay to that side of that 1/8 of an inch. And center your envelope, top to bottom, as best as you can. I'm just going to eye mine. And give it a good burnish down with your finger. Cover that score tape up so you don't stick to it. Okay. Let's apply the other one. Oh, I'll just trim them both on both sides. It's just a tiny bit, it's not much really. Just so that the paper looks better when it lays down across this. Otherwise, sometimes you can see quite a bit of the hinge. Okay, let's make sure it all closes, and it does. It closes nicely. Get rid of some of that garbage so we don't get it in our album somewhere else. Okay, let's open that. Well, no, we don't really need to open it. It's just the key. We need it out of the way. Okay. What's next? Let's start with erasing any pencil lines that we have. And if you use this as a pencil sketch line, make sure you erase any pencil that's on your envelope. Let's start. Oops, that one's got to go down first. I'm going to use this wood type on here, but I want these flowers to be in the corner here, so let's line it up on the side of the envelope. Find our cutting mark on one end, and then find it on the other end. Okay, we have that one. So let's get our other envelope out here. And our next cut will be, let's see, we'll cut it there. And then we'll cut it right. That is kind of a crooked envelope there. Cut it right there. Okay, I'll be right back. Go. Look at that. Even though I lined those up, they are off. Look at that. I hate that. That's the one thing about envelopes. Okay, envelopes aren't square. So that one's going to go there. So let's erase our pencil lines. And I had one up here earlier because I was measuring on the wrong end. We should have one right there. And one right over here. And I'm going to distress this one up a little bit. This paper is only single-sided out of the Country Roads pack, and it's much thinner than the Stamperia, or Stamperia, however you say it. I said I was going to call the company just so I could hear him say the word. But I haven't done that yet. That looks better. That one's going over there. Oh, there goes my phone. Tried to convince my husband that we needed to move closer to a bigger city after my folks and my aunt passed away. But we didn't do that. I was kind of hoping to. I would like to have moved closer to Albany or Eugene. Be more in the city life instead of the foothills of the Cascades, but I like it here. It's a beautiful place. My house is here. I raised my kids here. We raised 5 kids in this house. And so it's home. I would miss it if I moved away from it, that's for sure. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, that is thin paper. Oh my. How thin thou art. I'm just burnishing it down with my hand. I think that'll be enough for this paper. I don't know. Okay, let's do this side. Do you need me to put a paper into there? So you can see what I'm up to? I know I have that one piece of pink paper that I messed up. Right there. Let's slip that under there. There, see, this is what I'm doing. Huh? Now you can see it. Okay. Let's apply this one. I'm kind of feeling that this rose gets covered up under here. By the other page, you get just a peek at it. So I'm debating whether or not to fussy cut out another rose and put it on the other piece. Oh no. There's something caught in it again. I can feel it. It makes the glue hard to squeeze. It's not an easy squeezy right now. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Hey, look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? So what I was saying was there's a rose here, but I feel like this kind of blocks it. Can they go this way? Oh, why not? I didn't really want to put a magnet on there because I feel like we have enough magnets on this page. I'm trying not to, but we might have to. Okay. Let's go to the inside of this page. Now we use that wood in there. We could use more wood. I'm going to use this writing one in here. Oh no, piece of glue on there. I was going to use this writing one in here. Let's see, do we want the lace at the top? I think so. Yeah, I think it looks pretty with the lace up there. So we'll go lace on top. Oh. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. My room is such a mess. I probably wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, I have a pencil line on there. Let me cut that one off and then we'll measure. Okay, perfect. Someday I may actually get to actually making my pencil marks on the back side or something. That would sure be better. There is that. Nope, don't like it. Okay, so this. Now, need to trim it off just slightly on the side so that that page will open and close appropriately. Yeah, that'll be lots better. Oh yeah, it's better, but not quite. You hear that? That might be a paper problem. I think it'll be okay. Just going to have to lay it down very carefully. Okay. Need to take just a slight more off the bottom. Not very much, just, I mean, very slight. Too much of a slight and it'll be off, off, off. Okay, perfect. Let's just dress this one up. There we go. Okay, let's let that dry for a minute. Now, what do we want on the sides? What if we made this match that, but this is not, doesn't have script on it? Ooh, let's do that. We'll put this one over here because it looks like it's just about the right length. I mean, it is off. It is off a little bit more than I would like. Well, let's cut it and find out. I do like the way it matches, although it does make it a pretty white page. So it would look like this. Let me put a piece of that pink paper under here. See, it's off just a little more than I would like it to be. But it's almost okay like that. And then this one, of course, would be over here. I would have to cut it down just slightly because that is the crooked envelope. Okay, I'm going to look up at you. Hi out there. You know what? These need to switch, I think. Because when I looked up, the only thing I could see was the lace looked strange. That looks better. This would look better if it was down like that one, but it's not. I think it will be fine. We're just going to use this as a photo mat area anyway. And then there will be a booklet tucked inside of one of these. And I don't know what the other one will have. So that'll work there. I think we'll put this one down, but I think we're going to make maybe a tuck pocket here or something like that. Need to put something there, but we're going to have the booklets. That's part of the surprise on this one. So, can't glue that down quite yet because we have to get our hole punch. And I'm going to use my Fiskars. And does it say what it is? No, it doesn't. Must be about a 1 inch or 1.5 inch. Okay, let's flip our book around so that the pocket holes are facing us. And you want to pull this up towards the top, center it where it's going to get glued down. So far so good. Lining that up at the top. Open your envelope. Hard to keep it all lined up. Just do the best you can. It doesn't have to be in the center, because I don't think mine did. It was close. I do need to trim just, I think, slight bit off of that one. Or make the hole just slightly larger. Let's see. Pencil. So there. Okay, I'm just making the hole slightly larger, so I'm trying to keep it as even as I can right there. But it's still a little bumpy. Right there. You see what I'm trying to get off? It's just this little lump right here. It's tiny, but it's enough that you can see it. It's enough that I can see it. Not that I need perfection, that's for sure. But I do want it to look yummy delicious if anybody looks at it. It's still there. A little bit more. Right there. Okay, I think that will work. Erase my pencil lines. And I'm going to distress that one up and let it sit for just a little bit. Okay, let's turn this back around. Let me wipe the ink off my hands. Put my extra piece of paper over there. And let's put this in here so you can see what I'm doing against that white paper. And we want to start with that one, and we're going to put a pocket there. Whoops! We're going to use this one here because it matches more with that. And we got to get our pockets with the right pockets, don't we? Let's start with the center. You know who forgot to put a pin in this? Yep, that would be me. I would be the you know who. And I got hope not. Excuse my head. I'm going to have to put it in the camera for a minute. Oh, I hope that works. Yes, it's working. Oops. So there's a problem with this vellum overhang, wherever it is. I can't find it. see how it overhangs? Well, it breaks. So we may have to nip those off right on the bottom. I hope not, but I did nip that one off because it just was not fitting nicely anymore. It was starting to tear the paper. Let's do this one next. Make sure it's going to fit on our envelope. Yep. Okay, should work better now. Okay, let's see. Pocket. I think it needs to be a strong paper. Should we bring back in a color? Big pocket or little pocket? Or do we bring in white and then add a pink to it? No, that's not it. That could be it. With maybe just a little trim one. That's a good size. We'll do the sides, but we'll leave the bottom flat. In other words, we'll hinge the sides and leave the bottom flat. Sound okay? So let's do a 1/2 inch here. Oh dear. Like I said, I don't put everything at 3 o'clock. That's over there. Oh, there it is. I guess I always want to throw this one up to 12 o'clock. Okay, 1/2 inch hinge there. Fold that. Give it a quick burnish. Am I in camera, I hope? Okay, so it's going to go right there on the edge of that paper. Right there. Oh, here we go. Okay. Now, that is not wide enough now. So, let's take this part that's just green. I know I'm going to waste paper here. You've seen it here. So right there and right here. Let me cut that off first. Okay, now we do have this one. I think I like that one. And then we can use a little bit of this for our pull tab here. So should it be on the green or just kick the green out of this page? I mean, it could be on the green and it would show through just a little bit. How much would it show through? Let's have a peek. I don't know what happened to my little pokey tool, my awl. We used it yesterday. It's so hard to get this tape off without my awl. I'm all used to it. So, it would just barely show that way. But it kind of darkens up that green just enough to make it awesome. That part there, right here. No, don't do it that way, Angela. Stop. I have to tell myself sometimes to stop, stop, stop. Don't do it that way. Okay. First, we'll apply this to the whatchamacallit. But first, we'll take off our pencil lines. And before that, we'll ink it up. I guess that'll be second. Okay. Ta-da! I need to find my awl. Oh, little awl, where did you go? There you are. Okay. Get that out of the way. Let's apply our pocket. Okay, now we'll apply this one. And how long does it have to be? Let's cut it right there for right this second, because I want to trim that off, and I want to put a little bit of this out. I have a piece of plastic here. Like I told you before, I put the fray check just down on my mat, and I just stick the ends in it. Even though it has the little thing on top, it is too fat for the thread, I should say that the ribbon is too thin for the fray check thing to go around. So see there? I just dip it in the fray check, and that works out just fine. Dry it off just a little bit. And then I toss that back in the garbage. So I always have something around that I can use. And I know you do too. It's just deciding what it is you want to use. Okay. Oh, I think we want to go maybe with this one. I am going to put this down. Then I'm going to put down a little bit of score tape. Okay. Give that a little burnish with my fingers. And then lift that off. Just gives me double assurance that this is going to hold. I kind of want it to have a lifetime hold. My lifetime at least. Actually, I'd like it to last generations. That's the ultimate goal, right? For this stuff to last generations. Okay. Now this is going to go from there to there. It should be right there to right there. We don't want it going over because we don't want it to get in the way of the hinge system. And it's still going to. Cut that off a little more. And just a tiny, tiny bit more. I hope that's not too much. No, that's perfect. Okay. Let's peel that off of there. And I think we'll use the art glitter glue. Just run that along there, and we'll run it there, and here, here and there and here. There. That's kind of what I wanted, was just that green back there to kind of grab you. And okay. Will we ever get done? I don't know. I know we will at some point. Okay, we need something in here to kind of block that hole there. So if we use the 2.5 inch hole punch on this paper, it can go either way. Now if we take in roses and cut it in half, if we fold that in half, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm just guessing. Okay. So that was a 2.5 inch circle. Oops. And put that there. Then that puts a nice rose right there. And right there. How about that? So let's distress the tops of those. Bent it. Just bent that just a little bit. Darn it. Okay. Well, they're a little tighter. I think they are going to need a magnet. Of course, once it's closed, it's closed. Let's see. Let's make sure our key still fits. It's closed. Maybe it's just a matter of closing it. So anyway, I need to take a break for a little bit, and I think you need a break too. And we will come back and finish up page 6. And I am currently working on an idea for page 7 and 8. But we have to finish this first, don't we? Okay, I will see you tomorrow, or I might see you in 5 minutes on your time. You never know when I'm going to get back and then press these videos all together. and see if I can make them shorter. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with me and helping me with this page today. I appreciate your input, and I hope you had a good time, and I hope I'm giving you some good ideas. Let me know. Make a comment. Say hello. Something. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye-bye.